Do we have a cold open?
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Fantasies of God, fantasies.
Happy Wednesday. Happy new comic book day. Welcome back to the place where we talk all things nerdy. Welcome back to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. My name is Pablo Romero Estevez. If this is your first time joining us, we are the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, a comic book club where each week we dive into a fresh #1 comic book that you need no previous context or reading to be able to enjoy. We prefer to feature comics outside of two major publishers, Marvel and DC, because there's so many talented creators out there that could help you with that. We'd much rather introduce you to what we call a creator-owned comic. This is the place where everybody is welcome to nerd out with us and enjoy. We are the anti-gatekeeping comic book podcast. My nerdy roundtable this week. To my left, our legal counsel, our fact checker extraordinaire, Mr. Tommy Jeff, hater of all dog breath, always overworked, underpaid, not learning things this week, or learning plenty of things this week. Olivia the Good Diddy King. Oh my God. Working the decks behind the scenes here, the right hand at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, Mr. Ty died, Mr. Ty Photography. As always, we are back to talk comic books. Last week, want a big thank you to Joe Slepsky for joining us in our 2024 recap. But it's time to get back to it. Okay, time to get back into action. This week, we're going to be reading The Seasons. This book's had a lot of hype. So one of the biggest hype books of 2025, The Seasons by Rick Remender and Paul Azaceta, with colors by, guys, I'm going to kill this. What is this? Mathis Lopez, right? And letters by Russ Wooten. So written by Rick Remender, art by Paul Azaceta, colors by Mathis Lopez and Russ Wooten on letters. A lot of hype, a lot of interesting things behind this book. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're going to talk about this at the end of our podcast because this is kind of what we normally do. This is the part where I would normally read a synopsis that I totally have prepared and have ready on hand. All right. Summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the Seasoned sisters, the daughters of the world-renowned seasoned detectives. 10 years ago, their famous parents disappeared. Left to raise themselves, the sister formed an unbreakable bond. Now that bond is tested as the sisters fall prey to sinister forces. Rick Remender, famous from Black Science, one of our favorite books of 2024, Grommets, Deadly Class. What else, man?
Uncanny X-Force.
Uncanny X-Force. Yeah, he had that badass gray suit. Wolverine. Paul Azaceta of OUTCAST. A lot of excitement around this book. At the end of it, I mean, well, I don't know if this is just jumping the gun, but they do kind of give you a perfect breakdown as like a love letter to Tintin, Winsor McKay, and Miyazaki. So if you like all those things, you may want to stick around for us when we talk about Seasons. Hooray! Anyways, well, now that we got all that preamble out of the way, I'm going to take it to my cohorts here. Hey guys, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
All right. This is we're restructuring. We're starting here new in 2025. And one of our new, damn it, do we need another segue for this segment?
I guess we
what
do.
Did we learn this week?
Wait, we didn't do that? I thought we made a segue.
No,
we made a segue for the haul. We do have some. Me and Ty today.
We're working on.
Yeah. We talked about all the little production things that we're working on here. We got new opening sequence coming up.
We're cooking.
We're cooking. Yeah, a lot of things in the old proverbial oven.
Well, I expect a bowl of pasta next week when I come then.
Yeah.
I mean, you boil pasta. No? Oh, I
Yeah.
guess that's cooking it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
I don't know why I'm thinking like baking.
I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can
I
do
guess you
like,
could bake
you can do
ziti.
like a baked ziti and
Ziti.
stuff. Like you can still
Yeah.
use the oven.
You
Yeah.
bake some
Yeah.
pasta.
Mhm.
I was talking about
Lasagna.
nature's oven.
Oh.
That's yeah.
Yeah, guys. What did we learn this week? You want to start it off, Tommy Jeff? Anything
Oh,
interesting
man.
you learned in your week?
The Southern California rains do not bring waterfalls.
Yep.
I was very upset about this. So I went on a hike what was it? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And anyone
Sure.
in Southern California
Like I know,
knows-
but yeah, that was
Of
yesterday.
course,
We went
yeah, it was
on
like
that
yesterday.
hike.
Yeah. You were there with me, man.
Yeah.
You know,
We all hike. We're all very healthy. like
we're all
that.
very active here.
we are. We all do it together, you know, spiritually.
Yeah.
But I went on a hike and we just had a bunch of rain in Southern California,
Which we sorely
uh,
needed.
oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
It was very, very welcomed and very nice. Kind of nippy weather for Southern California because of it. But because of the rain, I decided to go on a hike with a fellow person, and we had a lot of fun. And we were like really hopeful that at the end of the trail was going to be this waterfall because it's kind of what the trail is known for in the spring. And there was no water.
Well,
And we had quite a bit of rain. And like the mountaintops have snow. So I learned that rain does not indeed make waterfalls, especially in Southern California.
well,
I mean, it only rained one day.
Hey, I understand.
well timed womp womp there.
Thank you.
I will. Can I just quote the one Miss Chili and Lisa Left Eye Lopez and the third member whose name I don't recall off the top of my head. Tommy Jeff, don't go chasing waterfalls, dude.
That's on you.
Please stick
You know,
to the
I just
rivers and
wanted.
the lakes like you used to.
I just
I know that
rivers
you're
don't really
gonna
exist here
have
either,
it your
and
way
lakes
or
also don't really exist here.
There's
Why do you-
lakes.
Nah, like not in like a 20-minute driving distance.
All right.
Okay. Well, you can't have
Well,
everything.
But I can at least for 20
You got
minutes.
the ocean.
I can at least for 20 minutes drive to Santiago Canyon, go on the Black Star Canyon Trail, and hope for the elusive waterfall that people talk about.
Or ghosts.
And I
Or
learned
ghosts.
that it is very much that elusive.
Or
It does
squirrels.
not exist.
Maybe the waterfall's inside all of us.
Maybe the waterfall's in your heart. Tommy.
Yeah,
Jeff. You ever
like-
think
Yeah.
about that?
It is about the journey and discovering who you are.
Where did you go hiking at? What is this?
Black Star Canyon over in like the Santiago Canyon area place.
All right. Well,
Yeah, like we drive through Orange to get there.
you did not have to. At least you didn't have to like walk through any fires.
No, but only you can prevent those.
Yes, I like the Smokey the Bear. By the way, that Tommy Jeff is rocking this.
Very
week.
relevant.
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
very relevant for those folks you don't know that. Yeah, there's been a lot of fire situations here in Southern California. What did you learn this week?
Not a lot. But I did learn if I'm talking about like if I listen to a podcast.
Well, oh yeah,
Okay.
Uh,
If I'm listening to a podcast, the one I'm listening to right now is about the Batavia. And I told somebody at work, and they were like, wow, that's so cool. You're very like, you listen to these educational podcasts, these historical podcasts. And I was like, no. And I immediately corrected them. I was like, no, it's 3 comedians and they talk about nonsense. And they do talk about what happened, but it's also really funny. But then I was like, dang, I should have just kept my mouth shut and just let people think I'm this very studious person listening to not comedy podcasts about history.
Well, what's weird, I feel like whenever you do tell people you're a podcast listener or whatever, people just assume that I'm like, it's not like reading a book. I just have to like drive in my car and
And listen,
yeah,
yeah. But there are like,
yeah,
you know, ones that are for the,
like Hidden Brain or something.
yeah, you know, or like My American Life or whatever that one's called. I was like, ugh, it's boring.
I mean, you could watch Drunk History.
I'd also
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
I mean, Drunk History is phenomenal.
Yeah, I also do that. And then I'll be like, do you know that this happened? And they'll be like, wow, you really do know so much about history. And I'll be like, No, it's from Drunk History. Somebody needs to be a comedian and give me and teach me.
While under the influence.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Specifically. Yeah.
It's because it's more engaging. Like I'm willing to
Mhm.
listen to you if you are drunk and try
Yeah.
and explain it to me.
Yeah.
Because you're smart, you're intelligent about it, but you're gonna be more whimsical, you're gonna be more fun, you're gonna be more
Right.
like, it's this
Yeah.
like whatever, and you're gonna be more flamboyant or something. And if you can't get it right away, like it's so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And if we're both drunk,
Oh.
yeah.
I'm not remembering shit.
It's a pretty good learn.
Yeah.
Podcast. For
Don't correct people. Just
Yeah.
let them think. If they think you're smart, just let them think that.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for me.
I know it does.
Damn.
Uh,
no hesitation with that.
Ty, any big learns this week?
Yeah, this morning I learned that I can finally yell "Play Wonderwall" at a Bring Me the Horizon concert.
Explain, Lucy. What are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis? So Bring Me the Horizon recently dropped their version of Wonderwall as an Amazon as a Spotify exclusive, and the internet broke this morning in terms of like that music scene. Like I was freaking out. Like everyone that I follow was posting it. I was posting it. Really good cover. If you have Spotify, check it out. They also did a cover. I know.
Yeah, it's exclusively on Spotify.
It is because Spotify does the whole like Spotify singles where they'll bring an artist into their studio. They'll do one of their songs and maybe remaster it or make a different version. Like they did like a slow down reversion of Utopia, and they always do a cover. So they chose Oasis, and the lead singer of Oasis posted on social media saying he loved it.
Nice.
Yeah,
one of the Gallagher brothers.
yeah,
or whatever?
Liam. Yeah.
So,
Oh.
are you going to yell Wonderwall
Oh yeah.
next time you go?
Absolutely.
Okay, you have to.
Absolutely.
My go-to yell is always Skinnerd because I'm from the South.
I yell Piano Man.
Yeah.
Always.
Wow.
Just hilarious. I think it's so funny.
So Jeff, do you yell anything at a concert? What's the go-to?
No, I can't tell you the last time I went to a concert.
Oh my
It's
god.
been at least a decade.
What?
Yeah, the last concert I went to was a Lucky Boys Confusion concert in Chicago.
Did you yell a request that was not going to be answered?
No, I didn't think that was.
It's a thing.
It's a thing,
Like,
yeah.
Apparently,
I
only if
did.
you're very obnoxious.
Yeah.
That I am.
Yeah, I would say Ty, Diddy, and I clearly are.
Yep.
Play some Skinner.
Yeah. No, we were at a piano bar in New Orleans, and the guy was like playing, and I was like, "Play Piano Man," and he looked at me and he was like, "Get out."
It's like the first. Yeah.
He's like, I don't have a harmonica.
Yeah. Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop. Good times.
Mhm.
What did I learn this week?
Yeah, what did you learn?
This isn't that fun. I learned about male skincare. I learned how not to age like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, nice. So
That's-
you're gonna be using retinol and everything.
Yeah, no.
You're learning that just now?
No, I
Too
don't.
late,
I
brother.
don't know. Yeah. Damn it.
Damn.
No, yeah, I went to the OC facialist, my friend Andrea, and she's like, "What are your goals for your skin?" So now I have a full American Psycho skincare routine.
Nice.
I exfoliate with a gentle scrub. Then I use a water activated cleanser, nice ice mask, some deep pore cleansing lotions.
We're not on Instagram.
Are we not? Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Totally are. I'm watching this live, Ty. Why are you alarming me?
Just
right
kidding, guys. Just kidding. We are live.
We
we are there.
my bad.
I did. I learned about skincare, and I learned that basically about SPF. I learned like I got a gentle foaming cleanser and a lotion and an SPF, and I learned that I don't want to. I don't know. And look at we're
All right, my bad.
Ty doesn't know how to use technology. Apparently, he's
What's a phone?
you're crazy. You're creating false alarms over here. You're like the freaking LA emergency text line. All of a sudden,
Oh my god.
Damn.
Woof.
Sorry.
going on? How many fucking accidents are you guys gonna have on that emergency text line? Yeah, that's what I learned. Shout out to I think I want to say that's the handle of the OC facialist.
You know, last year was my year for learning skincare.
Yeah,
And,
you don't
it's
think
very
about it.
interesting because my sister-in-law is huge into it. She's not the one who turned me onto it, but she turned one of my brothers on it. And my friend from Europe, every time he comes to visit, always makes sure that I am doing that skin routine.
Oh yeah, I used like St. Ives and fucking Neutrogena and shit. I'm just like, I'll just scrub my face in the shower.
I have the original. Original?
The ordinary?
Ordinary. That's
The
what
ordinary.
it is.
Oh, I thought you were asking me how to pronounce original. I was like, yeah, you got
I didn't know if you
The
knew
original
company. Yeah, law school aside, law aside, but like, so I learned all that. But like, the thing is like the first like month I was doing it, it was taking me like 20 minutes to do it, and now it takes me like 2 minutes.
You're
And
pro.
I don't know why it took so long at the start because I'm just like, you just done.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. And then I got an SPF too. Apparently, the sun.
Oh yeah, skin cancer is real.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the sun.
Wrinkles come from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes from the sun.
Mhm.
Fucking piece of shit sun over here. I'm trying to look all nice and stuff, and
And it's just saying no. You're
Son-
too close.
sun's fucking my day up. Yeah, that's it. That's what I learned about skincare.
All right.
Did you have?
About time.
You got good skin.
About time.
I feel like you got the best skin in here. Probably. You have a
Yeah, I agree
skincare
with that.
routine.
Yeah, I have it. No, I have eczema, so I've always had to take really good like
Care of your skin?
moisturizing.
Over
wise.
moisturize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not really. Not like what you're describing. Not
just
like a face mask. Or
no,
anything.
I'm just kidding about the. That's the American Psycho thing. Is the exfoliating gentle scrub, ice water activated gel cleanser, ice mask, deep pore cleanser lotion,
Oh yeah.
Baxter California under eye complex, and moisturizer. That's the. I just have a gentle face wash, and then a lotion,
Okay.
and then a little bit of SPF. That's kind of like a deodorant stick that you rub on your face.
Nice. I use the harshest makeup wipes that there are. And I just put fucking Curel on my face, and I'm like, good night.
I've seen people lather their faces with coconut oil and stuff.
People do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like until they're like shiny and looking like they came fresh from a Diddy party.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh God! Not,
Well,
not,
not your
not
party.
her party.
Not your
your
Diddy-
party.
not
the
the
other
other
Diddy.
Diddy
The other
So sick of
Diddy.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough time. Imagine how Diddy Kong feels.
Oh.
Cool. Now that we got that all the way, let's go to news and stuff. We're not journalists, but we keep our ears to the nerdy streets. Sometimes we read articles, sometimes we read headlines. Most of the time, just the headlines and a lot of misinformation. This is news and stuff. Johnny California, by the way, in the chat says he also has eczema, did he? So he feels your pain.
It sucks.
Eczema crew, stand up. Woo, woo.
It's
Where-
a thing.
I also have it.
Oh,
Man.
where are my eczemaniacs? Stand up.
It's all about the eczema.
Stand
That
up,
is amazing. As a maniac,
Eczemaniacs.
that's
Maniacs.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eczemaniacs, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of Hulk Hogan references on this episode so far.
I was thinking like the Animaniacs.
Yeah,
just
I
in
was
that
thinking
too.
that. Oh, all right.
You're not Hulk Hogan.
No, sorry.
Animaniacs is the better option of those.
Yes.
I was there, by the way, when he got booed out of the building.
That's
Oh, good.
sick.
Good.
I was at that Raw.
He was
And-
partaking in the booing.
And I think quick comment on this. So Hulk Hogan apparently thinks that people they're like, because of my political beliefs and I was in Los Angeles, they booed me out or whatever because I was at the RNC. But on that same episode, I'm just going to say this about that same episode, The Undertaker also came out. Undertaker straight up had Donald Trump on his podcast in LA, but The Undertaker did not get booed out of the building.
Interesting.
But
It's because he's not Hulk Hogan.
it's because Hulk Hogan.
Like Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan. That's the problem.
I share a birthday with Hulk Hogan.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Ooh.
We have the same birthday. For a long time, I thought it was really cool. But
I share a birthday with Rasputin. So I get it. I get it. My dad shares a birthday with Hitler.
oh,
So
Wow.
we're all in the same.
I mean, I share a birthday with Julius Caesar's death.
wait, your dad's birthday is 420.
Yeah, that's Hitler's birthday.
Wow.
Wow. Some mad bong on that day. every year.
Sorry out there to all the stoners that just got that terrible news.
Yeah.
Where's Joe, where's the sexy bald guy from last week?
Unfortunately, he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
He's stuck somewhere like
I love-
Orange County.
Yeah, he got trapped somewhere. Once he got across the orange curtain, they didn't let him leave, and he may be locked up somewhere. At this point.
His wife got real upset that he was still on the podcast when she reached out
Yeah.
last week, so he got grounded.
Or maybe she found out how much the Kickstarter was.
Oh no! All right. So 35 years after the original, Warner Brothers and Chris Columbus are reportedly planning a new Gremlins movie. Woo! I don't a round of applause for that. Nobody okay. Air horn's good enough.
I'm actually excited for it.
I'm fucking stoked
Yeah,
on
I'm
this.
excited.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is from
We'll
quoting Bloody Disgusting. Can you believe it? 35 years since Gremlins, the movie rampaged our big screens. The movie, of course, that movie was, of course, Joe Dante's bonkers 1990 sequel to the 1984 classic, with the franchise recently returning to life with 2 seasons of the animated prequel. I don't know if you guys watched it. The prequels were the Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai in 2022. That was like an animated thing. And then there was a Gremlins The Wild Batch last year. But apparently this animated series has set the stage for the return of Gremlins to live action. According to a new article from Deadline today, that takes an expansive look at Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group's near future plans. A new Gremlins movie may indeed be coming soon. So you check out that headline article. You can check out the Bloody Disgusting article. I don't know. Diddy's just sent this. It's funny because it just popped up in our group chat that somebody was talking about like the unpredictability of something, and they were comparing it to the Gremlins 2 movie poster.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I was also, I went to the Magic Castle. I was trying to explain to somebody over dinner about because they were like, oh, I've never seen Gremlins or Gremlins 2. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck to even describe Gremlins.
Yeah.
Gremlins 2 I could kind of describe to you, but Gremlins 2 the new batch, that is a whole different level of insanity. And yeah, that poster originally did nothing for that.
No. Did I send that though? I feel like I sent
you
it.
sent that. I thought.
Did
no,
I?
Ty, did you send that?
I didn't know they're
you
making a new
I
Gremlins.
sent it.
I think it was Diddy that sent it.
I'm like 99% sure you sent it, but you're making me second guess.
No. I'm just like
Gaslighting.
Kelly Kapoor, where I'm like, what did I say?
Yeah. Are you guys? So apparently, I think this is Christopher Columbus's take. So it probably is going to go back to its kind of darker sort of roots versus the 1990s fucking banana show that was Gremlins 2 the new batch,
Mhm.
featuring Hulk Hogan.
This just ruined it.
Back when he was
Rough.
good. Yeah. How y'all feel about this? Excited? Hate it? Love it?
No, I will preserve my,
Opinion till you see
Opinions.
something.
I'm not against it, but
Is-
I'm also like, I just don't ruin a classic, but also, do
I
it.
mean, it won't necessarily ruin the classic. It'll just ruin the name.
Wait.
Nothing can
Uh,
ruin Gremlins 2 the new batch.
Yeah, that is true.
So is that why you guys are so excited about this? Because I remember when Beetlejuice 2, before the movie came out, you guys were so against it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys are like, hell yeah, Gremlins.
I know.
Well, I wasn't against Beetlejuice.
I was, and I
only
still am.
because I still have not seen Beetlejuice.
Well,
God.
So
Thanks,
I
TJ.
didn't have anything to be upset about. I'm excited about Gremlins just because, again, I
you've
either
seen
enjoy
Have you
it or
seen
I don't
Gremlins?
enjoy it. I have.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like my brother, like growing up, my brothers, like that was the favorite. That was both of their favorite movies. Like my 2 oldest brothers. So
Okay.
like, I was kind of forced to watch it. Like, I don't think I really had an option.
Okay. What?
No, do you feel that way? Gremlins is one of those movies that's not ruined. So the
I
problem,
don't think that they can ruin it is the thing. I think
Yeah.
it's like they can keep going.
yeah,
as far as
the
I'm concerned.
Beetlejuice, that was a complete story that didn't
Need
Need-
anything more.
and yeah, this like you can set these little fuckers up in any setting
Yeah.
and just be like, don't feed them after midnight, don't give them water.
Yeah. What
don't-
more hijinks?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
Gremlins hijinks. There's no absolutely more Gremlins. It's not a franchise that you can ruin, I think.
Yeah. I think they keep going.
And
That's what I think.
and yeah, they can go in a very dark direction and make it horrific,
Yeah.
or they can go in a complete crazy direction and make it Gremlins 2 even newer batcher.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever's more newer and more batchier.
It's gonna be comedy horror. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna be scared. We're gonna
Yeah.
have everything. Water's gonna be involved. It'll be great.
The first one was it was comedic, but there was for sure like
Yeah,
horror.
Yeah,
Like, it was way
I'd say so.
more.
there were some tropes in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
But apparently there was like apparently that script was a lot darker.
Hmm.
Like it's a Spielberg produced property, right? And apparently
Mhm.
Spielberg's original idea was that to be a very, very dark movie.
Mm.
But I think in Chris Columbus directing it, there was some things that were cut. But I remember a few years back, there was a leaked first draft script with way more intense kill scenes and insanity kind of behind the characters. I mean, that one was a little. I'm sure there'll be some updating that maybe needs to be done because there was some hokiness
Yeah.
Yeah.
of like.
But that also, I love the hokiness.
Well, I mean, I don't know if like
Campy.
the Eastern mysticism.
Oh, well, that stuff for sure. Get rid of that. But I mean, the campiness, the
or
animatronics, keep that.
yeah,
Get rid of that.
Yeah. I mean, you can find a whole new race to stereotype and
Or not.
Or not.
Mogwais can exist anywhere.
Yeah.
They'll stereotype all races. I don't.
God.
Yeah, that's exciting. All right. Other than
Next.
Gremlins. In other news, okay, so this was apparently if you guys saw, there was a new trailer, a 30-second trailer that dropped
Yes.
for the new Superman film,
Mhm.
directed by James Gunn. And there was a lot of criticism over the new TV spot and I even had a friend of mine send me this, but the internet had a lot to say about David Cornsweat's flying face in the 30-second video. This is from IGN. I'm gonna quote them. The 30-second video below. Check it out on IGN's website, or you can just find the trailer 30-second spot anywhere. Lex Luthor stepping out of a helicopter, snowy wilderness, possibly searching for the Fortress of Solitude, and Superman is flying over an icy landscape, doing a barrel roll as he speeds towards a mysterious destination. But everybody on the internet, they're like, this is weird. The CGI is weird. We don't know how we feel about it. And there was even a person that was like, looks cool, but like the CGI on his face is strange. And James Gunn basically, I got to pull it up here, basically responded like, what CGI? I will quote him. He says, there's absolutely zero CG in his face. People can look different when you put a wide angle lens up close. And yeah, basically that's just his face to blue tattoo. Yeah, he was like, looks dope. Great camera angle of Superman flying, except that there's something with his face that looks a little off. I know there's plenty of time to refine the CG. And he does the shaka bra emoji. And yeah, James Gunn's like, people just look different with a wide angle lens on his face. But we can assure you there is zero CG on David Cornsweat's face. Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah.
Does it look
no, I didn't think his face I didn't think his face looked weird. He's flying. And it's like it's a different angle. I wasn't like, ew, this looks weird and fake.
people thought it was like an uproar. It was a thing on the internet. I think people were just I think what probably happened is that we're all scarred from this. Everybody remembers the Cavill mustache removal CG, and I think it left a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
And now everybody's just going to be super critical of Superman's face, I guess, when it comes to CG. Ty, did you have any problem?
No.
Did you run into that?
No, and it's funny, like we kind of talked about it earlier. Like I thought the same thing when I saw the trailer. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's just the camera lens.
Mm-hmm.
And it was even funnier. There was a news station that they were criticizing this.
Oh, there was a news. Somebody reported this on the fucking news without checking.
Yeah, because they were
what are
like,
we talking about? We do that shit all the time. But we're not the news.
we're not the news.
Yeah.
Well, no, what's even better, which it's worse, but like, I'm like, you guys are the news. You guys can't figure this out. I get it that you're the news anchor, but he's like, let's try this out. Let's put this as a wide angle. And he goes up close to the camera and he's saying, they're like, well, yeah, you're out of focus. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't rack the focus. There's a minimum focusing distance.
Yeah.
He didn't do any. So he's standing there like this and he's blurry. He's like, yeah, do you guys think I look weird?
And the,
Oh.
And I'm just like, dude, this is so cringy. You guys even bothered to report James Gunn's response?
the studio camera is going to work a little bit differently. Than
Yeah.
of using like if you're using a variating lens versus a prime lens.
It was
Right.
it was it like a bit? They're doing a bit.
No, so I
They
mean,
were
maybe it was a
reporting the
bit, but
news.
the news, because like I know KTLA has a
Was
little.
this on KTLA?
Yeah, I like KTLA too.
Get your shit together, KTLA.
It was they have like entertainment section, you know, they have like the news anchors report on media, but they were just putting the CGI thing out there, and I was like,
Mm.
you guys didn't like this was way past after James Gunn posted, so they could have easily pulled up his response.
Yeah.
What the-
Interesting.
Who on KTLA has the balls to criticize James Gunn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
for
what
real.
they're saying. That they saw his response and they're just like, well, okay, a wide angle lens, and they just went into a camera, again, a studio camera that was a wide angle,
Yeah.
and he stood right in front of it. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
We
Mhm.
need this KTLA clip so we can just shit all over it even more. Here's CG Henry Cavill's face one more time just to purge that thought from everybody's impressions. Cool. A bunch of trailers dropped this week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch any, but I was supposed to watch it before this episode. But there is a new trailer for Sinners.
Yes.
From Michael B. Jordan and who else is in this?
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley. Oh yeah,
And
Haley
then it's the
Steinfeld.
director. It's Ryan from
Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, yeah. from
Yeah,
Black
Ryan
Panther.
Coogler's. Yeah, absolutely. Sinners is a period piece mixing blues and history with the supernatural. That's kind of all we know. Did the trailer give us anything cool? Did you guys see the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
I saw the trailer in theaters when I saw Nosferatu, but it was like
Oh.
December 27th, so it was like a really short trailer. Then I think recently the new one came out, which is a little bit longer. But it all takes place at night inside a little barn, and it's like a zombie vampire situation where they're trying not to let anyone get inside the barn because they're now trapped in there with other people. And I feel like it's like a psychological thing. It's like being trapped with others.
I'm just sign me up for any Coogler film.
Same.
Mhm.
I don't need to watch the trailer to tell you that I'll probably I'm on board to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna be like it's gonna be a masterpiece. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna
It
watch
looks-
anything that Ryan Coogler's
Oh, yeah.
making.
Visually
Especially if it's a
looks stunning.
horror, Ryan Coogler horror.
Mm-hmm.
Has he done anything? He did what he did Creed.
Yeah.
He did Black Panther. I want to say we gotta look this up. I don't want to give it. Oh, God forbid I give any misinformation on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast.
Not like we've done it
Us?
before.
No.
Oh
way.
yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah,
That's right.
which was fan-friggin-tastic. Did he just produce that? Yeah, I think he was just. No, he didn't direct that. Who did that?
Oh yeah, it says it's a vampire movie inspired from Dusk Till Dawn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah, that looks good.
So more Nosferatu.
More vampire. Just when you thought we were done with vampires.
We'll never be done.
We're bringing the mustache back.
Oh, man. I guess he was just a producer on Judas and the Black Messiah. Sorry about that. Okay.
you went into a hole.
Yeah, I
rabbit
fell
hole.
down a hole on that one.
He was a producer on Space Jam.
Hell yeah, the new Space Jam. I'm
Yeah.
assuming?
Producer for
Yeah.
yes.
I don't know. I don't know how
That
old Ryan Coogler is. Where he's like, he's produced that original. New trailer for Alien Earth.
Earth, dude.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
There's
Yeah.
a teaser, anyways. You guys, anybody watch that?
Yeah.
30-second teaser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is it in the vein of Romulus?
It's
I don't know.
it's a POV shot, like you're the alien, so you can see the hands crawling. So you're first on the floor, then you kind of make your way onto the walls and then onto the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't really give him much of story or whatever.
Sure you can. I did
Yeah.
not look it up. I just saw the trailer and I was like, sick.
Mm-hmm.
All in. I liked Romulus.
I did too.
I'm excited.
I need to just give it a shot. I've just fallen asleep every time.
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I love the Alien franchise. I love Alien. I love Aliens. I loved all the. I even like the later ones. Friggin', what was the Alien? Was it Regeneration? What was it called?
Oh, the one.
What's-
I know what you're
Sigourney
talking.
Weaver, she's the clone, like later on.
Yeah, that was weird.
I like all the Alien movies. I even like Prometheus. Yeah, I said it.
I liked Prometheus. Did people not like that movie?
Yeah, well, I think there was confusion with it and how it became I don't know. But
Yeah.
but then obviously there
I
were more
liked
movies
it.
that
I liked it.
I liked.
It says it
I've
takes.
never seen it.
Oh,
But
Shocker.
it says the series will serve as a prequel. It will be set 2 years before the events of the 1979 film.
Oh.
So it's a prequel.
I like that.
Okay.
I'm into it.
FX on Hulu.
Mickey 17 trailer dropped as
Mhm.
well.
It looks so good.
So good.
Starring Robert Pattinson.
He said he styled the voice that he does in it after Steve-O.
Oh my
He
god.
From
totally
Jackass.
sounds like
Yeah.
Steve-O.
Because he wants to play in a Jackass movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny.
He wants to be Steve.
He wants to be Steve-O.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
So he like dialed it back for Mickey 17, but he was like, but if they need somebody,
This is
will
my
do it."
audition.
Yeah, this is my audition. Just think what I could do.
I'd watch the shit out of that movie
Yeah.
if you gave me a little bit of origins on because that's such a crazy freaking time in television history.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
The golden
Written and
era.
directed by Bong Joon-ho, or Bong Joon-ho from Parasite,
hmm
right?
Snowpiercer.
It's Snowpiercer, which there's a fan theory online, by the way, that Snowpiercer is a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I know that.
you
Yeah.
know about
yeah,
this?
Yeah.
Do you know about this, Tom and
No.
Jeff?
Yeah, I didn't either.
I feel like we've talked about it.
Have we talked
Finally,
about
I'm
this?
Maybe
not,
not.
not knowing something.
I don't know if I should dive down this rabbit hole, but there's a lot
Give us the cliff notes.
just basically about how just from Screen Rant, how basically the character at the end that he finally gets to is Charlie Bucket grown up, and just kind of some things that they drop in there about like the W being part of the logo, which is kind of like the Wonka logo, and
Mhm.
him talking about, I guess, the people who used to run the train, which are just gone now, were the Oompa Loompas because there was no female Oompa Loompas to procreate with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something about the like technology that keeps the train moving is also the same as the elevator.
Yeah,
in-
the Wonka Vader. The entire journey was a test elaborately concocted by a wealthy industrialist. Basically, is
I
is
love
it-
stuff like that.
which is basically what the entire movie of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
Or
is.
Kevin McAllister growing up to be Jigsaw. That one's really good.
Oh, that's a good one.
What? I have to look into this. This is like, oh man.
But if Bong Joon-ho, can you just tell us, or Ho? Sorry, is it Ho or who? Bong Joon-ho.
I think it's Ho.
Yeah. Okay. Can you just tell us, was Snowpiercer a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? I'm just gonna say yes. I don't need your answer. Yes.
Yeah.
After I am.
We
It
committed
is.
to it.
But no, yeah, the trailer looks really dope from the little bit that I've seen, and I even heard somebody was talking about it on a podcast, and I heard it first. So you saying the voice,
Yeah.
I'm like, is Robert Pattinson in this? And yeah, then I
Yeah.
realized I'm like, oh, that's him.
He's a good actor.
He's an actor. That guy.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that guy can act.
He's not just a twinkly vampire.
No.
That's the problem. Is he was introduced as a twinkly vampire?
Was
Yeah.
he not in Harry Potter?
He wasn't.
Yeah, he was Cedric Diggory.
Cedric
Yeah,
Diggory.
like wasn't that his introduction?
Not
It was like-
really, yeah.
It just
second.
wasn't his like primary. It, like, was Twilight his first leading role?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, that was like his wasn't there another movie that he did with yeah, that was his first leading role. I'm pretty sure. I don't care. Who gives a shit?
I mean, the leading role that everyone remembers him as.
Yeah,
That's
Twinkly
what
Vampire,
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely he was Twinkly Vampire in that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, looks pretty good. Mickey 17, based on the novel Mickey 7. But I guess this is like kind of a loose retelling or sequel or whatever it may be. But I don't know. I'm very excited. I like both the filmmaker and the actor, Pattinson. I'm into it.
Mhm.
Dude, I forgot he was in Tenet. The
Yeah,
other Christopher
yeah.
Nolan movie.
dude, freaking Robert Pattinson's killing the game right
yeah.
now. And then there's also a really hilariously charming social media video with Bong Joon
Oh,
Ho taking him to go eat like authentic Korean food.
and they lied to him.
Oh yeah, they lied to him about spice levels and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
To
funny.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to eat something really spicy.
Well, I don't think they lied to him. I just
No, they did because it was a bowl of, I think it was like a soup.
yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, is this the lowest, the least spicy?"
The
Like, yeah,
medium.
we'll start you off the lowest amount, but it was actually the highest.
Oh,
So he
Damn.
starts with that when he goes, "Oh man, it's really hot." And they give him like the mild. He goes, "Like this one's even hotter." So he's like prepping himself. He goes, "Did you guys trick me?"
I didn't.
And
didn't
they were just
catch
all
that.
laughing at him.
Did not catch that in the
That's
video.
so diabolical.
That is
Oh
diabolical.
my
That is evil.
gosh. That's the best way to lose trust amongst anyone.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh god, this next one's hotter," and it's actually fine.
Yeah, that's all the news and stuff that I have. Do you guys have any other?
Well, I wanted to wait till we're on the live for this. It is Lunar New Year today.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Happy Lunar New Year, everybody.
Traditionally, you give this out to people that are single or children. But Pablo, I'll make an exception for you, so I have one for all of you.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah, Gwen got one of these today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Gwen came home with like a red envelope, and she was like, "Look, somebody gave me $1."
She's like, I'm single.
He's also a child.
No, yes, she is. She is.
That's awesome, Ty.
Cool, thanks. Put it short to the camera. I want to. What's?
Dude, that's so kind of you.
Yeah, she was like, "Do we celebrate this?" And
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
snake.
"Yeah, why not?"
Well, it's funny when like I was with Pablo when we picked up the kids, and he like swings the door open. He goes, "Ty, it's Lunar New Year," and I'm like, "Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is."
Yeah, it is Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year to all you Lunar New Yearians out there. No, to all those who celebrate for sure. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Gwen asked me. She's like, "Do we celebrate it?" I said, "Well, we celebrate anything that's cool and gives us a reason to do fun stuff."
Yeah, anyone
Yeah.
can celebrate.
So yes, happy Lunar New Year. What does this mean? So it's officially 2025, and no, is that
No,
nothing
I
to
don't.
do-
No, you're asking the wrong
You're
person.
yeah.
asking the wrong.
Well, you're bringing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Lunar New Year gift.
Yeah, listen, I'm half Chinese, so I don't.
All right, all right.
No, I really don't know. So I know this is like there's so many traditions with this that I did not. My family did not do growing up. Like you're not supposed to like wash your hair the night before or something like that, and you're not supposed to clean and before the New Year because you're sweep. Because I mean, that's Japanese tradition. We do that every for New Year's Eve. We're not like December 31st. We're not supposed to sweep or clean or
Because
anything.
you sweep the money out.
You sweep the good luck that's already in the house.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's an old Hispanic thing. Is like you don't sweep your dirt out the door because
Oh, okay.
you're sweeping your money away or something like that. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but
Yeah.
They're like, look,
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it right now.
I don't
New Year's Eve, I don't want to do
Do you
it.
know what? I don't feel
We
like
clean
doing-
tomorrow.
We'll clean tomorrow. All right, we'll do it next year.
Can we sweep? No, honey, you're gonna sweep the money out. Oh, checks out. Yeah, that's all the news and stuff. Now we actually do have a bumper for this next one.
Yes, we do. Press
This
the
is-
button.
Now that we've got anybody any more news? News, anybody? All right, no.
Today's haul.
This is today's haul. Once more, we want to bring you comics that you can go out and just pick up. You need no previous context or any previous reading to be able to do. So me and Ty, for the sake of you fine folks out there, visited 3 comic shops today. And these are some things that you can find at your local comic shop now that you can just go pick up. Once more, no context, no previous reading, no prior knowledge or insight to be able to just go ahead and pick up. One of which, first one, I'll start here. This instantly stood out to me. Blood Train, which is also probably my favorite new black metal band.
Yeah.
28 days later meets the ruins in this high stakes standalone horror story. What's cool about this one is this is a one shot, $7.99 from Image Comics, Ninth Circle, Adam Glass, Bernard Chang, Dave Sharp, bring you Blood Train. I don't know if I can show all the pictures from Blood Train on the podcast, so I'm gonna hand this out here.
That needs to be a new sound.
Blood Train. After backpacking through Asia, a group of friends climb aboard a Siberian Express to start their journey home. Little do they know, they've bought a one-way ticket to hell, as one of them has been infected with a bioweapon that will turn them into a monster who will slaughter everyone on the train. I don't want to give all. I feel like, man, they're really fucking bringing it. The guy at the comic shop was just like, it's about a supernatural train that transports a thing, and I was like, okay, I'm sold on it. It's called Blood Train, and that was it. But yeah, from Adam Glass, once more Bernard Chang. This is available at your local comic shop today. Pick it up if you're a fan of 28 Days Later and the idea of a train to hell or just being trapped on a supernatural train with a creature not of this plane. You may love Blood Train.
You had me at blood.
Yeah. Didn't even need to finish that. Yeah, $8. You can go pick up a comic book, get a story, just one shot right there, folks. In Blood Train. Also out. Ty, you want to talk about this a little bit more?
Yeah.
A new Ice Cream Man. Now, this is Ice Cream Man issue 43, and you'd be like, why the fuck are you talking about issue 43 in this one once more? I don't want to spoil it, but tell us a little bit of Ice Cream Man 43.
Yeah.
Ty.
So if you guys don't know what Ice Cream Man is, it's basically like an evil entity that a lot of what the Ice Cream Man stories, a lot of them are anthologies, so you don't really need to read the previous books to enjoy the series.
So I can just pick up any Ice Cream Man. That'd be cool.
I mean, some of them, yeah. Some of them do kind of reconnect to the Ice Cream Man himself. But what's cool about this one, I'll read it from Image Comics. 1-page horror stories. It's a star-studded, make your jaw drop on the floor issue of Ice Cream Man. The challenge: make a comic horror story that's only 1 page long. So out of all these pages, each page is its own standalone story.
There's a single page.
Yeah. And what's cool about this, the star-studded cast: Grant Morrison, Patton Oswalt, Jeff Jones, Jeff Lemire, and then my favorite Zoe Thorogood is in this. I believe, from my understanding, that the
Kelly
book
Sue DeConnick, dude.
Yeah,
from
man. So each I think I can show this page.
Matt Fraction.
Each page is its own story. And then shout out, reading one of the stories actually did make me tear up. It is Zoe Thorogood's story about her brother who she recently lost, and Maxwell Prince dedicated the book to James. So,
oh, yeah.
There are only 2 covers of this. There's the cover A, and all of our stores that we went to, the books were either damaged or they did not get cover B. But the fine folks at Comic Tunes and Toys are ordering me cover B. I don't recall who did that cover, but it is an amazing cover. But this is the cover A. Again, no prior knowledge. Just pick up the book, read each page, and you'll enjoy each little story.
All right, right on. Ice Cream Man 43 available at your local comic shop today. Definitely check that out. There was another book that just kind of caught my attention from Massive, because I mean, like, look at this. This is like such a comic book cover.
Oh yeah,
right here, and it's called Pinup Apocalypse, #1 of 6. Series creator Andrew Tursov delivers this iconic feature from images of one of the 2 leading ladies, Foxy, as she prepares to fight an army of the undead. Pinapocalypse is a mix of 50 sci-fi horror tropes reimagined with a clever twist. Set in the 1950s small-town America, this satirical adventure pits 2 stylish pinup girls against hordes of zombies and aliens, inspired by Hollywood filmmakers like Ed Wood, Sam Raimi, and Edgar Wright. Pinapocalypse is an out-of-this-world story with a Gil Evergreen aesthetic to titular readers. Is that right? Elfgren? Gil Elfgren aesthetic?
so
But yeah, pretty cool from Massive out there. Pinapocalypse #1 of 6. Once more, yeah, if you're a fan of those things, Ed Wood, Sam Raimi, Edgar Wright. Ed Wood, never mind. I'm not going to dive into that. I don't know why people are consistently comparing. He had like 1 decent movie and then 1 insane batshit movie. As a filmmaker.
I think Ed Wood is just known for being like a bad director and just, using old stock video and just making really crazy movies.
But there's
they're
a-
just more cult classics that just
Yeah,
because
than
they're
anything,
so
right?
bad.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone thinks that he's like a good director.
I guess they're just talking about the aesthetic here. Yeah, I don't
because
know.
it's always like monsters. He makes monster movies just because he could get
Okay, yeah.
those actors.
Because that would like piss me off if somebody was like, "Hey, if you," because it's like you're naming some really
You're putting
great, like
Sam
Sam Raimi,
Raimi
Edgar Wright,
and Edgar Wright with
yeah,
him.
it's like if you're a fan of Ridley Scott and Tommy Wiseau, you'll
Yeah, I
fucking
get it.
love this movie. But whatever. All right.
But all of his stuff was like old Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Monster
like
creature feature.
creature features. I think that's what they're saying.
I get it. Issue 2 of this came out. Lucky for me, I was able to find issue 1 at Comic Book Hideout in downtown Fullerton. Dust to Dust. This is a new J.G. Jones book with Phil Bram from Giant Generator, which is Rick Remender's publication, like his publishing company. In the darkest days of the Great Depression, death stalks the Dust Bowl. A towering dust storm blasts the parched Oklahoma Panhandle. Farmers try to flee the failing town of New Hope, but no one gets far. Battling his own demons, Sheriff Meadows teams up with Sarah, a traveling photojournalist, in a desperate fight to stop a serial killer on the loose. The death that rides the dusters. That's badass right there. The
That
death
alone.
that rides the duster. I'm fucking sold.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. J.G. Jones is fantastic. And basically, like, they're putting him here for Wanted. I know J.G. Jones is Strange Fruit as well, which is an insane book. Presents his first suspense-filled issue of Giant Generators Limited Series. He teams up with co-writer Phil Bram. And spins an unforgettable yarn of desperation, murder, and resilience in this beautifully hand-painted story of America in the primal grips of brutality. Yeah, everything that is J.G. Jones is so always beautifully painted. He did a book called Strange Fruit that I may have on here as well, which is another fantastic J.G. Jones book, which I have on hand. Look at this. That he did with Mark Waid. I want to say there was a little criticism of this because it was written by 2 white dudes, but it's a very interesting story. Basically, imagine like what if Superman was black and he landed in Mississippi in the late 1920s. It's what Strange Fruit is, and the art in this book is also phenomenal. This is the other kind of J.G. Jones book that stood out to me. So I don't know if he's done stuff for some time, but yeah, he was 52, Wanted. Pretty great. Dust to Dust looks amazing. 8 issues. Issue 2 just dropped. If you can track down issue 1 at your local comic shop, definitely worth picking up, I would say. 2 trades that dropped this week as well. We have Falling in Love on the Path to Hell from Jerry Dugan, Ryan Brown. We're gonna do an episode where we talk about the full trade of this again.
Yeah.
And we do have a great interview with Jerry Dugan and Ryan Brown. And I have another signed copy in a comic capsule. So when that episode kind of drops, we'll probably have to pick up Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. We'll have to give that one away whenever we discuss this book. But yes, pretty dope. Samurai, cowboy, land in purgatory, and the title says it all. Also, the power fantasy, which trips me out because I feel like this book kind of just, I don't know, it's crazy that it is basically already collected in a trade, but really great. I read issue 1 of this. There are 6 people on Earth, basically that have superpowers. Planet survival relies on them as they come into conflict. But hold on, you have certain perceptions. There, what the hell? I'm trying to read the synopsis. There's 6 people on Earth basically that have superpowers, but only one of them can use it at a time. As an individual with destructive capacity, the nuclear arsenal of the that's the nuclear arsenal of the U.S. The planet's survival relies on them ever coming into conflict. I don't get the synopsis, but maybe I don't know how to read.
Maybe I don't know how to read.
don't. This has taught me. Right? Am I crazy, Tommy Jeff? Is that weirdly written?
No.
No, it's not. It is.
It says there are 6 superpowers on Earth, as in individuals with the destructive capacity of the nuclear arsenal of the USA. The planet's survival relies on them never, ever coming into conflict.
There we go. Look, you know how to read.
Don't blame yourself, Pablo. You're
I blame
dyslexic.
dyslexia.
Law school came in handy.
Thank you for this coffee. Thank you so much for these.
Oh,
Yeah.
these trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like I said, I do want to do another revisit of Falling in Love on the Path to Hell because I definitely want to finish that one off. Anything else that the cat scared you? My cat is like relieved, I think, that we're here because there's Ballerina. Oh, look, Ballerina's all made it on camera finally.
Hi.
She is dealing, we got a new kitten for Christmas, and she's been fucking just like very patient with this kitten who is just like a complete asshole to her. Who's just like constantly like jumping on her and biting her, and she hasn't ripped its head off. And let me tell you, she's battle tested that cat. I've seen her whoop some cat ass that try to jump into this yard. But she does not demolish this kitten, but this kitten definitely bugs the shit out of her. It's so funny because the first couple of like weeks I had it in a cage in the living room. Quick cat story. And then Ballerina's just like hanging out in the kitchen, just minding her own business. It was the morning, drinking my coffee. And we let the kitten out of the cage. And this kitten just beelines it right to her. And like flying squirrels in the air for like a hang time of like 10 seconds. It was like an anime. And Ballerina's just like sitting there, just like waving her tail, just like completely oblivious that like this cat is mid-flight, and then eventually like lands on her, like pretty much on her back, and she goes, and then runs away. And then now the kitten has transitioned into the studio pretty much, and yeah, he just kind of fucks with her. I mean, she doesn't, like I said, she knows he's a kitten. He just wants to play with her all the time, but she's not having it. She's like, why the fuck would you bring this cat into our home?
Where is the kitten?
It's inside. He's with the kids. All the kids are together. Cool, guys. We're making great time here.
Yeah, what?
This is weird.
I guess.
I feel like I should just talk about something else for another 30 minutes. It's so unlike us. Oh yeah, Book of Cutter dropped this week. Ty, tell us a little bit about it.
2 variants. I have not caught up, but this is, Something Killing Children's hitting its 5-year anniversary. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, this book came out. Something Killing Children came out in 2020. Ever since then, I've been obsessed. But this is obviously focusing on another division from the world of the Slaughterverse, focusing on Maxine Cutter. So
now I heard this is actually a prequel.
Yes. So I can't see the camera. So yes, and they're also Something Killing Children also announced, or James Tynion, I should say, also announced that they are doing the next arc of comics is going to be Erica when she was younger. So that's going to be that will be the prequel. That's when Jessica Slaughter was still around and training Erica.
I thought that's what this was about Jessica Slaughter. No,
so this is there's the House of Slaughter and the House of Cutter. Let me try to get this better in frame. So if you notice, their masks are covering their eyes, not over their mouth. So this is like another division.
Interesting.
So this is focusing on Maxine, which is the main character in the middle.
Well, for the fans of monster hunting, or if you're just a fan of There's Some Killing the Children, that definitely dropped at your local comic shop.
Oh yeah,
this week should be pretty dope. Cool. Well,
yeah, wings.
I guess it's I guess it's time for our main event.
Proud of us.
Proud of us.
Proud of us.
Do we have?
We have a sound. All right, let me try this again. It's time for our main event. That's the ticket.
I thought you meant you had another.
I did too. I'm like, did we record something? And I didn't remember.
Every week from starting in 2025, every week we'll have a little bit more, a complete piece of this puzzle.
Yes.
So we'll work on that main event.
Stay with us while you get to experience the completion unravel.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. Let's get to what we all came here for. We're here to talk about Seasons, folks. The new book from Rick Remender and Paul Azcaeta. Is it Azcaeta or Aceta? Azcaeta. I don't know. Azaceta. As I said, this is the book called Seasons from Rick Remender. And let me I closed it out already. Dang it. Why did I close out the synopsis? Why did I do that? We're figuring it out still, clearly.
We're professionals.
Yeah, we are professionals. Can't you tell? Summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the Seasons sisters, the daughters of world-renowned Seasons detectives. 10 years ago, their famous parents disappeared, left to raise themselves. The sisters formed an unbreakable bond. Now that bond is tested as the sisters fall prey to sinister forces. The youngest sister, Spring, is the last hope of saving them from a fate worse than death. Will Spring be able to piece her shattered family back together before it's too late for them all? Basically, Rick Remender and Paul Azcaeta weave an elevated tale of whimsical horror unlike anything you've ever experienced in comics. And it all starts with this double-length premiere issue, which is for $4. That's a very reasonable cost of a comic out there. Like I said, this has been pretty hyped up, and I feel like it kind of lived up to the hype.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me see. I have. Oh, of course I didn't. Why would I do that? Anyways, opening thoughts here. Comic books. Diddy, go.
I loved it. I definitely, before I read that back thing, I was like, this reminds me of like Tintin and like a Miyazaki movie. It's very whimsical. Also has that like dread, and I thought it was beautiful and I loved it.
Tommy Jeff, opening thoughts initially. Did you love it? Did you hate it?
Did you read it?
Did you
I read
read
it. I did read it. I read it. I enjoyed it.
Tommy Jeff's the he kind of just got roped into this thing, but you're kind of the non-comic book reader, so I love.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it was the art that sold me on it.
Okay. Yeah, really good art in it.
Yeah.
Amazing art. Ty, how we feel about opening thoughts here?
Yeah, honestly, like even before reading the back panel, it was the back letter, I should say. It was really reminiscent of how, I mean, we kind of talked about this in the car, how this, like reading this is like reading a storyboard. And it's also like watching a very fluid movie, kind of like Miyazaki films. And it's just that whimsical, fun exploration of the town. Because like, as we'll kind of discuss this book, there's a lot of it is focusing on a character traveling through a city, and that is just an amazing way to showcase the setting, introduce us to multiple characters, and then the environment that character is going to be interacting with.
Yeah,
and her personality.
And
too.
her personality, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you get that what kind of tropes are we're looking for, like in a normal film, and like how things, like even like what I love about Rick Remender's writing, especially with grommets, it's like you see like things happen, and you can imagine the sound effects in your head as you're reading.
Yeah.
It's very, very fluid.
Yeah, he does a good job. I will say from this first issue, because on Image's website and even everything around it, they do say it's like for perfect fans of boundary breaking horror. I wouldn't define this as horror, but I don't know.
I think the horror is definitely coming, but that first page is pretty
crazy,
horrible.
Yeah. Well, but I would say it's like suspense mystery, kind of a little bit more, I guess. I don't know.
The cover, that's like horror.
Yeah,
I
those
think
eyes.
it's definitely coming. And also just anytime we interact with these like clowns and they're like creepy, I think that's horror, not suspense.
Okay, fair.
And then the rest of it, like the whole middle part where it's just her chasing the letter, it's like Hayao Miyazaki, like beautiful, colorful, and whimsical, and not horror. So I can see how you're like, this story wasn't that.
Yeah.
See, I think this gives us a nice foundation to what is to come. Because you kind of understand that like she is there to like find her family, like go get them or whatever. she's this whimsical person throughout the town and everything. But like that opening page, that, as you said, like is that creepy part, and like that's the foreshadowing of what's to come,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like her parents are already there,
Yeah.
supposedly, or with the assumption of, and like I think like what I really like about the art is like you kind of have 3 different styles throughout this specific comic, and I think the second half or the third portion of it, where like they come back with the clowns, like yeah, that is terrifying. But that's terrifying if you are afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
But I think they do such a good job with it all, because they all have very like unique styles with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a quote. There's a quote from. Oh, look, this is very interesting. I'll give you this. From Robert Kirkman. I got this. So I have this like ash can version of this preview version. It says a season of the comic that will make you remember why you fell in love with comics in the first place. And I will agree with that sentiment and that statement from. I mean, come on, Robert Kirkman kind of said, "Here, you want to get copy here, Tommy Jeff." Let's kind of dig into it if you guys want to. Let's pull it up here. I have an image. Yeah, Diddy states correctly. Kind of opens up with a pretty horrific scene. I guess you're right. That's
Yeah.
pretty horrifying. The Global Gazette special report. Is this Neo Cairo, right? Like Cairo, Egypt? Is that what they're referring? This is like it's a
Well, they said
fictional
it's
world?
another world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
mean-
fictional world, but not. It's like
Parallel.
yeah, San Fran, Tokyo
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? Neo Cairo falls silent. A city vanishes overnight. By Autumn Season, senior correspondent, September 3rd, 1924, is when this, I guess, takes place. And yeah, we open up with a pretty brutal scene of Neo Cairo. Kind
In
of
ruin.
yeah, in ruin. There's dead animals scattered around. There is like smoke, and like being coming out of a bunch of different buildings. There's wreckage. There's destruction. There's famished dogs.
Mhm.
Because I don't know, Neo Cairo doesn't feed their dogs well enough.
Dogs,
There's
man.
the one thing that
Those
stood out to
dogs.
me is that there's like some people that are kind of alive, but they're just like staring into a mirror.
Yeah, they're staring. All these people have mirrors and they're smiling into them,
They're smiling into a mirror,
but like a crazy smile.
yeah,
Kind of like when Joker, when he poisons
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would say. That's exactly what I thought of. I'm like, this is like what happens when the Joker poisons people. We see a dog barking, but then there's a mysterious figure, and the symbol is obviously the dog being like, the ultimate kind of like moral
Yeah.
guide, being able to be like, the dog doesn't trust you, I don't trust you.
Mhm.
Right.
Is what's kind of been established here from the get-go. And there is like, a circus, kind of looks like the dude from who's the character, the jester in the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, this kind of like traveling circus sort of vibe.
And they're all fine. They don't have mirrors.
yes, they're
Yeah.
all fine, no mirrors. And then he has a weird kind of goofy laugh. Hook.
Like Goofy.
Like Goofy?
Yuck.
Hook.
Yep.
That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Really.
Me too. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And then leaves the dog kind of confused about kind of what's happening. But yeah, as you're kind of reading, as you're kind of like exploring this scene, you're also getting commentary from Autumn or
Mhm.
Autumn Season's report, who kind of comes back here towards the end of the comic. And then we get this beautiful titular page of the seasons by Rick Remender.
In the mirrors.
Yeah, and the mirrors of the 4 sisters, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I like summer. This is my vibe. Anyways,
She looks like Sydney Sweeney.
no, she doesn't. That's not what she looks like. I don't know who she looks like.
No, I'm just messing with you. I don't know.
It's just I'm just talking about like the vibe. It's the very like throwback kind of, I don't know, like Ginger from Gilligan's Island
Mhm.
kind of vibe. Yeah, and then cut to from that.
I like summer.
Just do it. I just like the
He
summer. I'm
does.
just throwing that out there. I don't know. And nothing. Nobody else. Nobody's like, which one of these
No,
four? Nobody picked a favorite already.
I did
Winter.
kind of. I winter.
Yeah,
Because she
winter.
looks like a bad bitch.
Yeah,
Weird.
winter's-
Yeah, clearly. I knew y'all would pick winter. I picked
See, I think I'd
summer.
have to go with autumn.
But autumn, I think, is my favorite too, though.
I think I'm going with autumn. I just get jinky vibes.
So this is what this is what
Bookish.
this is what
bookish.
Pablo's
Jinkies.
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little title page there of the Four Season Sisters. Yeah, so we cut to chaos ensuing on an Italian motor scooter. Where would you say this? This is exactly kind of what it seems like. It's like an Italian kind of little
Oh, it is
Yeah.
for sure.
cobblestone road in town.
Mm-hmm.
And summer. I'm sorry, this is spring
Yeah.
seasons. Almost like cartoonishly riding down this cobblestone road with a goldfish strapped to the back of this Vespa. I'm gonna say that's
Yeah.
a Vespa.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people say Vespa when they mean Italian motor scooter, but it has to be a Vespa to be a Vespa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just an Italian motor scooter. But this looks like a Vespa.
Mm-hmm.
Almost running into people,
Chasing a letter.
chasing a letter. Yeah, there's like a letter being blown in the wind. Spring seasons, you horrible child.
You know?
And then like, yeah, she's kind of like running into people. Something hits like some guy in the face.
Mm-hmm. She's
Uh,
talking to her fish the whole time. She's like, I know, Gilbert.
Yeah, the fish Gilbert nearly flying out. Mr. Leopold almost gets run over here. And I love this term. You disrespectful ragamuffin.
So we're like seeing what the whole town thinks of her.
Yeah,
Sort of like chaos queen over here.
absolutely. I love the term ragamuffin though. We say that all the time, actually. That's a regular word in my household.
You
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Brandy, my wife will just be like, or with our kids, will be like, you haven't taken a shower and you have dirt all over your face. You look like a little ragamuffin. Come on, let's get in the shower right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a fun word, ragamuffin. So I'm glad to see somebody's still keeping it in the
Still keeping it alive.
yeah, still keeping it up. Continuously chasing the letter. We go into a bakery shop, which is the smoothest move.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that this would work in real life because I feel like this would break this person's back.
Yeah.
It's like an older man carrying a cake. Spring kind of like Indiana Jones is into his shop. Cake flies in the air. The man looks like he's about to fall back, and she like basically stops him from falling by like wedging his cane into his back.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
catches
it's
the
a
cake,
kickstand.
all 3 layers of the cake.
Yeah, just like Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 1, just
Mhm.
Yeah.
catches it all under the tray, and keeps the man from falling. And then he's kind of like stuck in this limbo position. He's like, "What's happening?
He definitely looks hurt.
Yeah.
What is happening here?" He's like, "Beautiful work on the meringue buttercream piping, Mr. Lorenzo." And I like that he's also like insulted by this. He's like,
Yeah.
"It's a cream cheese frosting. You
Think I'd be caught dead?
serving meringue?"
That's
Then
so funny.
slams the door.
Butthole.
Yeah,
Your butthole.
Yeah, she calls him a butthole.
she does call him a butthole. The letter keeps kind of floating through the air. I'm getting like I know that they kind of said Miyazaki in here, but I would say this is kind of like Edgar Wright, kind of like movement and pacing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even transitions.
Mhm.
It just
from
does
panel to
remind me
panel.
of like Kiki's delivery service.
It does.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Yeah, because of the letter floating kind of through the
Yeah,
wind.
but
and somebody
also just
chasing
like
it.
the going through the entire town in this movement, you know?
Yeah, 1000%.
But I do get Edgar Wright too, for sure.
Well, I just want to see Edgar Wright direct an adaptation. I'm already thinking about adaptation
Yeah,
here.
I
okay?
know. Me too.
Spring bursts into the bakery. She sees the letter floating back into like an open brick oven. Throws a knife to close the brick oven door. And manages to do that so the letter doesn't fly into charcoal. A lot of action.
Mhm.
Lot of action and chaos. And yeah, she gets shit for it, right? Coming in here throwing knives around.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. The letter flies through the back door of the bakery, of course. gets stuck onto a delivery man's shoe. Delivery man gets into the truck. The letter gets. Oh no, I'm sorry. He pulls the letter off of his shoe as he's driving, throws it out. Some luck, says
Mhm.
Spring, and then the letter keeps floating onto a billboard, which I'm assuming that
It's
is
Summer.
Summer
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
on the
assuming
billboard,
that's
right? As a model.
Yeah.
Because she's looking at it.
Which
Yep.
is why she's your vibe.
Maybe. Wow.
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 No, WAP is what it says right there.
Oh,
The
I thought
letter
you said
sign.
we all thought you said wow.
No, I said
Yeah,
WAP.
it says WAP.
It says WAP.
It's all
Inter-
about
pretty
all about
interesting.
Cardi B.
Yeah. Pretty interesting that's what they would use on Summer like that. Anyways, the letter lands on Summer's billboard. This is where I guess some of the magicalness of this world appears. There's like a chimney sweep or a cleaner that has like a
Jetpack.
jetpack.
Like steampunk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's got a jetpack that's going up, I guess, to clean either a chimney or whatever it is, maybe the billboard.
It ain't built for two.
Yeah, I
What are
don't
you
understand.
playing at?
I don't understand his accent. Is it British or is it
I think
Jamaican?
it's British.
I think it's British.
This ting ain't. Well, the ting.
This is
the
Europe.
ting makes me think it's
This is
Jamaican.
for yeah.
This ting ain't built for two, you lunatic.
Don't do that.
Well, they say ting in there. I don't know.
Well, just, yeah, I think it's yeah, Europe. though.
Okay, well, some European world here. But she jetpacks up onto the billboard and then figures out, I guess, a way to try to get the letter down. Of course, as she's going for it, why wouldn't a pigeon, could have been sent by Mike Tyson, picks up this letter and she's like, Birdie, I need that thing. And it brings it up to its nest at the top of like a telephone or electrical wire. Then, of course, Spring has to kind of like try to climb up this pole, this telephone pole, I guess I would say. A cat sees Spring. I keep wanting to say Summer, sorry. Sees Spring climbing up. The cat jumps onto the telephone pole with her. I love that shot, though, of the cat. Meow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how the cat is just there to help.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in cat fashion.
Yeah.
Of course, cats are helpful. Well, I appreciate the offer to help. I can't help but think you're more interested in the bird than my letter. You stay put and I'll go. And yeah, the cat responds with a meow. And of course, then Spring gets to the top there where the bird is, its nest, and here comes that cat doing
I
what cats
knew you
do.
were up to no good.
Yeah, it's in its nature.
Doing what cats do.
Do what cats do. And then Spring falls, luckily kind of hits a bunch of clothes hangers.
She goes
On the way-
into
A
the long
onesie.
johns,
Yeah.
which is very
Oh yeah,
1920s.
humor there. Yeah,
Humor there.
falls into the very cartoony, falling right into the long johns.
Mhm.
And then the long johns kind of break her fall as she lands safely into a trash can.
The kadunk.
Yep. And then we get a squish and a mush, which are noises you do not want to hear when you're in a trash can.
Mm-mm.
There's no
Squish,
squish that I would
mush.
enjoy inside of a trash can.
Ugh, what's that smell?
Yeah.
Oh, it's whatever my hand is covered in now.
Gross.
And of course, Spring thinks that she's still wearing the long johns as she like kind of exits the trash can and falls out of the trash can, removes the long johns. And of course, right on the street as she comes out, there is a parade. And this is where it gets, this splash page
Beautiful.
is where it gets a little weird.
It's so beautifully done though, too.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
wow. The right amount of color is brought into this.
It is so nice. I don't know why that there's like a thumbs down that just popped up on the screen.
Damn, someone didn't like the art?
No, I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe. No, I think I think when you motion something, because like the other day, I think when I said like happy birthday to Olivia and did something other, balloons popped up. Something with the way StreamYard works. I don't know. We got this beautiful, beautiful slash page.
Just a thumbs down.
Yeah, it's so weird. we get this beautiful splash page. But what's off-putting, although you would normally be, hey, cool, it seems like a parade. And of course, the letter flies into like a lion. There's a lion in a cage in this parade.
It's like a circus parade.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I mean, in the 1920s, when you were able to prance elephants and lions in cages down the street.
The Ringling Brothers made that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like some sort of like propeller sort of float thing. And then Spring manages to, like, amidst all the parade chaos, the thousands of dangerous obstacles she has to avoid, finally grabs the letter. And as she grabs the letter, we see kind of like a stilt foot right in front of her.
Mhm.
And of course, Spring looks up to see a very familiar sort of character that we have seen from the first panel. And on the cover of our book, which is this kind of clown masked person. And she stares upward a little bit, not suspicious, but, you know, weirded out because this thing gets pretty in her face. There's like an intimidation
Jerk.
factor of like leaning into somebody shorter than you like that.
Mhm.
Start
Uh,
of my life.
So, this character kind of leans in, like over her, looms over her, if you will, almost expressionless, and then makes a flower, pulls a flower out of nowhere and puts it in her hair, and then continues walking, and then that laugh that we're comes into play, and then Spring basically reads a letter from Autumn, and Autumn goes into saying, hey, I know what happened to Mom and Dad. You are in danger. There's something coming to New Gwalia, something dark, and it's at the risk of committing sins of platitude, something evil. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's been closing in around me. The closer I get to the truth, the stranger things become. I'm being followed. I'm not safe. And we kind of see a nice little like I love, by the way, because you get the panels of Spring, obviously very bright and vivid, and as soon as we start talking, or as soon as you kind of cut to Autumn, all the
Transitions.
the colors transition to autumnal,
Yeah.
kind of burnt oranges, and you know,
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
love it.
softer sort of colors in that sense. And yeah, you see her carrying a gun, very James Bond-esque, tiny kind of little gun there that she puts away. And then we kind of get to the last part where Spring is, have faith. We're closer than ever to being a family again. With all my love, your big sister, Autumn. P.S. Trust no one and leave tonight. So kind of sets forth a few things, this letter. And it said, yeah, before they arrive. And of course, as she kind of says the before they arrive, we get to that panel once more where Spring already kind of foreshadowing the weirdness here of the expressionless clown on stilt character that kind of
Creeped her out.
creeped her out and yucks away. And that is the first issue. It is so much fun. And it's a double-sized issue, but it's such a great, the panels on this are amazing, right? It's a fluid, easy read. Oh, look, they go through the different covers on here as well, which makes me think I maybe want to go track down some of these covers now, because I did love this book a lot.
What's kind of cool too is if you go to that website I sent you, I think that's Rick Remender's website that he uses. You can get a signed virgin copy of this cover.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. And there is, mine doesn't have, there is a letter basically in the back of the book where Rick Remender kind of talks about the origins of this comic book, by the way, and kind of where it came from, where the idea came from, and how he wanted to mix, what did he say? Tintin, Gil McKay, and
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. And he's like, and it's something that somebody hasn't done in some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful book. I don't know what to say. I am very enamored by it. I definitely am ready for more. I think it lived up to a lot of the hype. What are your thoughts, Diddy? How did this book make you feel?
I loved it. I'm really excited to keep reading it. I want it in a trade like already, like right now.
Do you think that the description is accurate?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Accurate description there.
Mm-hmm. While I was reading it, I was feeling all those things. And then when you told me to read the letter at the back, and the first sentence, I looked up at you and I went, what the hell? Like, this is what I was going to say. So I loved it.
Ty?
Oh, me next.
Anything, any rereads, any passages that kind of stood out to you? Anything you loved in that sense? Or?
You know, I think for me, I mean, obviously, like kind of talked about it earlier, a lot of just the fluidity of this comic was amazing. Like, what a banger of a comic to start, all four of us to start like 2025 with. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
This was phenomenal. And I think what stood out to me, other than like the uses of color, again, transition from autumn to spring, but like, I think I don't want to say it's like uncommon. I know a lot of comics these days do splash pages, but like this is just so well done. And like what TJ was saying, the colors were amazing. I just think this is, I have not seen a splash page that's like caught my attention, and I'm like sitting here looking at every little detail.
Yeah, there's a lot of rereadability.
Oh yeah,
I think in the book. Yeah, it's I loved, because I read it and then like rereading it just now, kind of observing little things. It's like, for sure, if you give it like 2 or 3 passes, there's gonna be something that always sticks out to you. That's gonna be like a little bit more, because there's so much detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that splash page is so like, because like that splash page is why I mentioned the color and everything with it, right? And I think it's because like you keep the tone of the buildings.
Yeah.
And you really do have just like that, really like how like that circus clown person is introduced at the very, very beginning, the first page or two.
Right.
And like bringing that little oomph of color specifically to that, while still having that like not necessarily dreariness of the back of like where the reality that they are is, but still having it be like the actual still like tone of how the town was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was done really well, because I don't think it's not an easy thing to capture.
No. And I think Rick Remender even says it in the back of on that little letter. He thanks the artists and his entire team, because if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have made this book for what it is today. And I just love that he's so humble about it, and is giving recognition to those who brought those colors to the story.
Yeah. Who's your favorite sister and why is it summer? I'm just no, for sure. Autumn. I love, like, I really am kind of like obsessed with this book.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't realize I was going to be as obsessed with it. It really is a great way to kick off 2025. How would you guys pitch this to somebody who's like, I'm not into comics? How would you pitch Seasons to somebody? Or is like, hey, this is why you should read this as your first comic book?
I would definitely mention like the whimsical dread, because at the beginning it's like you get that sense of the horror, but in the rest of it's very whimsical and very fun. But then right back in it at the very end, you get back to the horror of it. So I would definitely mention that. I would obviously mention how it reminds me of Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah.
And Tintin. She reminds me of Tintin for sure.
Yeah.
She does specifically spring. So I don't know how the other characters, like what they're, because Autumn's giving this like, kind of noir, I don't know, character about her. But Spring, it reminds me of Tintin.
Yeah.
Could be her outfit. But I do think it's because she's like just rambling through the town, chasing a letter, and it's like, Spring.
Yeah,
but she reminds me of Kiki in that way too. So I don't know.
Yeah, the same way, kind of, right? Like, I mean, we can all. As somebody who's got intense ADD, I can definitely relate to this character.
This character is me, I feel. Much as I am Winter.
Yeah, very lovable, like bull in a china shop kind of situation there. I love this in Rick Remender talking about what I love the most about cooking up this issue was the simplicity. As I get older, I start to finally really hear the core lessons of Keep It Simple, Stupid. The issue was double length, yet the entire thing is primarily focused on Spring chasing a piece of mail through her hometown of New. Is it Galia? Is that how you
New
guys pronounce?
Galia.
Galia, maybe New Galia. But by taking our time to live in the chase, we showed you her world and experienced it in a single fluid sequence, as opposed to telling any of it. Right, and that he's right. That's what was like, kind of brilliantly done there. What do you got going on over there, Ty?
No, sorry, ignore me.
Oh,
I was trying to make sure Claire.
oh, okay. Yeah, he's right. Like within this like chaotic sort of chase sequence, you learn so much about the character.
Yeah.
And it is kind of really simply done, and yeah, just charming as hell. I'm so into this book. I would definitely I don't always like comparing kind of things like that to people,
hmm
because it's like very easy. It's like, oh, Winsor McKay and Miyazaki, Tintin. Like I said, I got the Edgar Wright vibes just because I like love his pacing within his editing.
Mhm.
A lot of the times of just like the amount of chaos that can happen within a single scene, and this is basically what it is, just one single scene. And maybe that's why it reminded me of Edgar Wright.
hmm
That's probably why I'd kind of pitch it to people. I'd be like, you like Edgar Wright kind
Yeah.
of pacing?
Yeah.
For sure. Do you like Miyazaki, Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away? What else?
What the
What
hell?
did you just say?
Is Spirited Away not?
No, what did you say before that?
My Neighbor Totoro? Totoro?
Totoro.
Totoro? Whatever. y'all.
Idiot.
Totoro.
Everybody laugh now.
Laugh at him.
Whatever. My
Boo
Neighbor
this
Totoro.
Boo this man.
What's the other one? The Cat? The Cat Returns?
Yeah, the cat returns.
That one's weird.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that one.
Porco Rosso.
Pocoroso.
What's the other one? Howl's Moving
How's
Castle.
Castle. That's what I got the vibes from. I think just because of the colors
yeah.
and like exploring the town.
Yeah. I see all those elements definitely mixed in. I am very stoked on it. Are we pulling? Are we waiting for a trade? What's going on? This is I think 8-parter,
I'm pulling
Six.
for sure. But
6-parter.
I'm pulling for sure. But I want
Yeah.
the trade as well. So
Yeah.
both.
All of the above.
All.
Ty?
Yeah, I know I really like a book when I actually look for the other covers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I know you were looking at it, so I have a list. I'll show. That's
There's
what I
a
was trying.
lot of covers.
Damn, what do you have over there? I only got like a couple on mine.
Maybe I
Oh,
you have-
those are
have the ash can.
those are the
yeah. Oh, I do have
Yeah.
the ash can that shows you all of them.
Well, because go up, show them,
Yeah,
and
what
I'll
do
read
you
them
have?
off. 'Cause
I
I was
don't
gonna show them my
Okay.
phone, but like I think you'll have a better image, and I can
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can tell you what's what.
You have a glare, and they even show you what issue 2's
Like all
covers
that.
are.
Right.
But there's a 1 of 25, 1 of 50.
There's a
Um,
1 of 100, which
and-
is what we saw at the store.
There's a 1 of 15. There's a 1 of 100. Where?
The 1 of 100 is the black and white version that we saw.
Ah.
That was like $60.
That's why it was $60.
Yeah.
We saw that at Comic Hero University.
Oh yeah, I want to look at that.
So the blue one is the
Up
1 of 15.
Uh-huh.
That's the Jordi Lafebvre variant.
Lefebvre.
Lefebvre. And then the
Lefebvre.
green one next to it is the Kent Williams. That's the 1 of 25. The red cover by Wes Craig is the 1 of 50. And on the website, there's supposed to be a 1 of 100 and a 1 of 250 variant.
Damn.
But there's no image for that. So I don't. And I think it's hard to, and I'll tell you right now, those comic covers are probably going to be a lot because for a new series to have that high of a ratio variant,
Yeah.
that means the store has to order 250 copies. So
Damn.
I-
I want
I-
this 1 in 15.
115 is cute.
We can get it. I think it might be available. We'll check. I'll go check back at as I'm announcing it. Comic Hero
Yeah.
Comic Hero University. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because a lot of these stores won't order 250 copies of a comic unless they have that much faith in the selling it to their clientele.
Oh no, yeah. I think this book's gonna be massive. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes into multiple printings.
Mhm.
It is amazing.
That cat needs to be orange though in this cover. The cat she met was orange.
Oh shit. Rick Remender
I'm gonna
wrote
call them.
one of my favorite lines in just anything. And it's from Black Science. And he's like talking, well, Dr. McKay, Grant McKay's character is like,
Mhm.
I think it's like issue 4, maybe. He's talking about like ideology or And that's it's one of my favorite lines where he goes, "Ideology is masturbation, a jerk off afforded by those with too much time on their hands and no wolves at their door." And yeah, I know, right? Just like I want to get a tat. Like I love the
Don't
panel
get
and
that tattooed
I'm
on you.
getting tattooed on me. Tattoo it on me, baby. Play some Skinner.
Immediate regret after you get that.
No
tattoo.
way. No. If you look at the panels and everything, Mateo Scalera's artwork in that book is so freaking good. Black Science is like Lost in Space on crack. It is insane. Yeah, freaking. The dude doesn't miss right now for me.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm so into Rick Remender. I would definitely recommend this book to anybody. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with Robert Kirkman. It's like one of those things that will kind of remind you why you fell in love with comics. If this is your first comic, it is a comic that will make you fall in love with comics. It is, just weird and fun and levels of mystery and sci-fi and horror into it, and I'm fucking here for it.
I think Diddy really hit it on the head with the whimsical dread
Yeah.
description of this, because
Whimsical
like
Dread.
because
It's also
like, the whole
my
time
band,
reading it,
my black metal band name.
the
Along with
whole
Blood
time
Parade.
reading it, like you have the whimsiness. You're following her through town without realizing that that's the introduction. Every time you go back to a new to one of the panels, like you see something new.
Mhm.
But the entire time reading it, you've got the dread from how it was introduced,
Mhm.
and then how the town is speaking to her, and like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, so there was apparently also an exclusive feature. It was announced originally in Fangoria magazine, which is fucking awesome. It said there was targeted newsletters, email marketing, social media promotion, influencer giveaways, online interviews and reviews, podcast coverage with entertainment and comic outlets, and advertising support for this book as well. And that's true. This has been kind of like breaking through like a lot of mainstream pop culture news. I want to know why the fuck didn't y'all send me this ash can? All right, here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. Why didn't y'all send us this ash can? But we'll forgive it, Rick Remender, because you are killing the game. But I'm gonna blame Image. I'm not gonna blame Giant Generator. Where are you at, Image? We've gone through an entire episode without begging somebody to sponsor us.
Please.
Yeah, who do we
go?
Who do we go to? But for sponsorship, Giant Generator.
Giant Generator.
If you're gonna sponsor anybody, should be us. Cool. Any final thoughts? What's up, Ty? Any?
So there are no. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of going back to the ratio variance.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on this. The one of 250 and the one of 100. There are no images of that comic. Either it hasn't been shipped to them yet, or the stores didn't get them. So we don't know.
Oh, so what's the black and white one then?
That's the one of
100.
That was the one of. I can do this. Hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's the. Yeah, I'm sorry. The one of 100 is the black and white.
It's the one of 250 that
The
we
one
don't
of
know what it
250,
is.
it
because
says
nobody's gotten it yet.
It's an original art variant. But the open order covers that the stores did not have was the blank cover.
Interesting.
So there's only the blank or the cover A, and then the ratio variants.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for it. Pickup Seasons by Rick Remender and Paul Azaceta, available at your local comic shop today on January 29th. Hopefully a lot of shops. I want to say 2 out of the 3 of the shops that we went to are pretty stocked on it. At least they seem to be pretty stocked on it at the beginning of the day. But hopefully you can track this down, find a local comic shop near you, walk into the local comic shop and be like, hey, I'm here for that season shit I heard on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. If you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning. That's a cooking. But it kind of seemed like it fit in this one. Cool. Any final thoughts? Anything before we wrap it up here, folks? We were efficient. We got through all the things. You know what it is? It's the segue. It's the segue videos.
Yeah.
They keep us on track.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely that segue.
yeah.
She's like, yeah,
Finally.
I want to go home.
We're going home. We're leaving.
I just really have to pee right now. Yeah. Wrap this
I know.
shit up.
You were like, I feel like I should talk for 30 more minutes. And I was like, or not.
Wait, you gotta go to the bathroom?
Just kidding.
I
Yeah.
actually want to share something. This is going to be So I was walking around.
No, that's fine. No, please.
No, cool. Where can we find everybody here on social media, folks?
Here at Deeper Issues
At the-
Nerdcast.
Where can I find you, Tommy Jeff?
Here.
At this, what about the official Tommy Jeff?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I forget.
The Tommy, yeah, you're not-
So there's a Instagram handle called at the Tommy Jeff.
Yeah.
Not the real Tommy Jeff.
That one was taken.
Ah.
So just the Tommy Jeff.
That one.
Who is the real Tommy Jeff, though?
we got to get him on the
Are
show.
you not?
I thought I was. This is a problem.
Diddy, can we petition to have you just change your handle to the Good Diddy?
No. I will not.
Why not? All right. Well, what's your regular handle?
The
then?
Good Diddy.
Live.Julian.
Come on, the Good Diddy.
It used to be Diddy.Julian,
Oh,
but then I
God.
changed it.
Yeah, clearly should have. But now it could be the Good Diddy.
Live.Julian.
Live.Julian, the good Diddy.
Diddy.
is where you can
I
find
swear to
it.
God, I'm sick
can-
of this joke.
You can find it. It's not going anywhere.
I know.
It's the rest of
Sorry.
your life at this point.
Man, it's
I'm
the
so
best thing
sorry.
about me.
So the next one.
that.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Yeah.
No,
only
that's
way-
the rest of your life.
Oh, I thought you said it's the best thing about you.
It's like the only way you can draw attention away from it. We have to have somebody on the podcast named Luigi or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good luck finding another Luigi out there. Ty, where can we find you?
Find me at Ty Photography, or I'm probably at a concert.
Yeah, see Ty in person doing things.
Yelling to play
Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can see you yelling at "Bring Me to the Horizon."
Wonderwall.
Cool. Yeah, my name is Pablo Romero Estevez. You can find me here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. We have a lot of really cool stuff in the works. We really are cooking on a lot of fun stuff. Hopefully, more content
Coming at you.
coming at you. Yeah, definitely more
Mhm.
like live content, some interviews, some wrestling talk in the works. Yeah, we'll be here to answer or meet all of your nerdy requirements. Yeah, that's it. Christian episode. Until next time, be kind, keep reading, and may all of your issues be accomplished.